Hello to another next session. This session we're going to be talking about how to build and maintain IR partnerships for you as an exchange department, which is very important for us as an ICX. Before that, this is me, your MCVP ICX, presenting you this session. And in this session, we're going to be talking about the IR building process overall. So, talking about the timeline, so how it goes, we have three phases. The first phase is to build, the second is to deliver, the third is the enrich. For the build phase, it has two phases, which is the first thing is to analyze the partnerships, analyze the entity that you're trying to approach, and all kind of analysis. We're talking more details. It's also about defining the partner. So after you analyze, it's all about defining which partner to choose, which one to refuse. And the third part, which is in the deliver part, which is the partnership now it started. So what you need to work on is to the partnership development, and we're talking about defining, working on achieving your goals, assessing your development, etc. Fourth phase, we're talking about promotional materials, so we need to promote each other. Fifth phase is all about partnerships tracking, and you need to have a clear tracker, and it's best to have it, and it's ideal actually to have it one tracker that is shared between both of you. The sixth part is to enrich and the partnership enhancement. So now after the partnership ended, we need to look, it's either we enhance the partnership and we grow together, so we plan for bigger goals, or we stop the partnership right here. So talking about the analysis part, which is very important, that you need to take into consideration that you need to analyze the IR in a very different aspect. So you need to analyze their performance, and at least you need to analyze the performance in the past two terms, which is that the minimum. So we're talking about performance in the whole funnel, from how many signups they're getting, how many applicants accepted, approved, realized, finished, complete. So it's very important for you, and also to analyze their process time, also to see their conversion rates and how is it going. All of these details, they are very important for you to analyze and to see how it goes. Also, you analyze your historical data that we have together. Did you work together before with this partner or not? Also, we need to analyze the visa process, and what does it take for them to get a visa if they need it, of course. You need to analyze the kind of projects that they are making approvals in. Is it something that you can work on? Is it something that you already have? Are we aligned or not? Also, you need to see their timeline of approval, their timeline of realizations. Are we aligned in that, or is it impossible for us to align? So we're talking about a lot of details. And second part is the first meeting. So once you defined and you finish analyzing, you define the partnership. So we're talking about the first meeting. In the first meeting, we need to discuss a lot of details. We need to discuss the way, what is the current plan for the semester, what kind of strategies they are working to implement, what is the timeline that they will be working with, is there any kind of tools that they are working on, is there any kind of new strategies and new changes that will be happening? What will be their focus in terms of projects, in terms of GT or GV? When will they start their attraction? How are they delivering the exchange standards? How it goes? You should also talk about the communication plan and how it be. And then once you found that that's suitable for you, and that's something you can work with, we're talking about the goal setting. So we're talking about, I highly recommend that you put monthly goals. So we're talking about a goal for each month, and how it goes is that you plan for how many applicants you'll receive, how many approval, and how many realizations. So you plan for each month, how many are you planning to receive, and to exchange applicants, to exchange approvals, and to have realizations together. And you follow up on every month. So every month, which leads to the tracking part. So by the end of each month, you need to have like a monthly review meeting. And in that meeting, you will discuss and review all the strategy that you worked on together, all the goals that you've set, and how did it go, all kind of things that you agreed on that needs to be reviewed, so you can follow up and create ways forward for you for the next month, and how to make it more achievable, or whether to decide to lower the goals, to make them higher, and how should it be. Also, one of the parts on how to analyze the IR partners, which is the most important part, because if you analyze your IR partners in the most suitable way, if you analyze them in the correct way, then you got what you want, because I don't know how to explain it, but they say if you understand your client well, it's the way that you can convince them to make you the priority business, let's say. So if you understand your IR partner in the most suitable way, if you make the correct analysis, if you understand the way they process, it would be much more easier for you to understand how to optimize the partnership and how to manage it. So you only it's highly recommended that you only work on LC partnership from national IR partners. So as an ICX department, it's very recommended that you don't work on LC partnerships from different IR entities. Simply why? Because if they are national partners, it means that the MC is managing that partnership on the national level. It means that we have direct communication channels, we have goals together, we have clear processes, we have everything aligned together. If you choose to work with another LC that is not it is not related to one of our IR partners, the national IR partners, so you'll find yourself typically alone, because even if a problem happen, we cannot act immediately. We don't have like a direct communication channel with them, we don't have any kind of expectations with them, so they don't know our process, they don't know our timeline, etc. So if you decided to go for that, it would most probably create problems for you, and we cannot solve them in a fast way as we can when we work with national partners. Also, one of the things that you can use is that it's the core. You can use either core or expa to analyze the IR targets or potentials. So you can analyze both. You can use both platforms, and personally, I recommend expa more than core. But most people use core as it's more accessible and more user friendly, let's say, to use in our network. And what the things to focus on mainly for conversion rates is to conversion rate from applied to accepted to approved, and from approved to realized, and from realized to complete. It's from realized to finish to complete. So these are the most important conversion rates to check, because you need to understand these are the part that the IR partner, the OGX, they are responsible for. So once you find good results in those conversion rates, you can understand that this partner are working well, they manage well their EPs, they manage well their processes in a good way. So it's something encouraging for you to start working with them. And when it comes to first meeting, so what should be discussed? It's mainly about conversion rates analysis. So talk about the analysis that you've done toward each other, and talk about the goal setting, goal about the attraction ways. How will it go? How will you focus on each other? How will you prioritize each other? What will be your timeline? What will be your focus projects? And how will it go in a specific way? And when it comes to the goal setting, it's based on the plan. You should distribute the number of approvals based on the LCs with the best performance. So as MC, what we do is that we distribute the number of approvals based on the LCs, and like we try to distribute to give each LC at least like some contribution to that goal. And overall on LC level, what you should do is that you take into consideration the MC planning. And you should also consider the historical requirements. So we're talking about the language, the background, etc. So you should look what kind of project that you have and what are the requirements to know which kind of IR partner that you need to work with, and which kind of language or requirements, let's say, that you need to implement and you need to highlight or set expectations about with your IR partner, so they don't send you the wrong profiles, or they don't send you profiles that you need to reject and then have problems with them. The last part of the tracking is when it comes to tracking, you should review where your supply is coming from, and you need to review if the requirements are being met, and the conversion rates so far. Where are we with our goals distribution? Where are we with our goals alignment? And where are we with strategies alignment together? And yes, that will be it. This is a brief explanation how to create and maintain your IR partnerships. Hopefully it was fruitful for you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to approach me. These are my contacts. And I wish